World. Thank you for joining me for today's SMIE Consulting Midweek Roundup. It's Wednesday, May 3rd, 2023, and this week we're coming to you live from UNLV's campus. This is my full-time gig now. I come out, I work remotely, fully remote from home in Ohio, and I come out to campus once a quarter for 3 or 4 days at a time for some in-depth meetings with the senior leadership at the university and our Global Education Initiatives team that incorporates all elements of international. We've kind of started from ground zero, but this is the year anniversary also our Global Education Initiatives unit under Academic Affairs being born, so to speak. So we're 1 year old here. We've done everything, kind of recreating the wheel here because the wheel didn't really exist well. It was very disjointed, very fragmented across campus, and part of why I'm here at UNLV is I initially started as a consultant with them back in 2021 for a year, and then after that time they needed me a little bit more, so I came on board half-time in May last year, right before NAFSA. Took the senior leadership from UNLV, provost, senior vice provost, and my immediate supervisor at the time, who had never been to NAFSA, and they attended the receptions. One of them came to all the meetings with partners that we had, and that really served to convince them that we needed to reorganize how we were doing things internationally and be much more strategic in how we look at things and as we develop new programs and looking campus-wide. And I think that's the biggest sea change that's happened here, is realizing that international units need to be together. Our English language, international student scholars, our study abroad, and my new unit, the recruitment and partnerships global unit, we're all in the same umbrella now. So we're working together on making sure each of us, the three main areas, study abroad, recruitment and partnerships, and student services, are all in the same loop on what each other is doing, how we all connect, how can we support each other. We're also having these conversations across campus with different units, from registrars and advising the orientation program. We're starting a new Rebel Ready Week for the first time this fall, an all-university experience for first-year students. And internationals are going to be an important piece of that puzzle, developing our programming to complement what's going to be going on during Rebel Ready Week. Instead of one orientation day or 2 orientation days, it's going to be a full-on week that our new students, new international students, we're going to have some the access to services and a full-on immersion in what goes on at UNLV, not just the international side, but the entire campus, seeing what everything that the university has to offer. So this last year has really been transformational for the university here, UNLV, in terms of how they do international, reorganizing pieces under some very strong senior leadership that supports what we're doing, and now developing the relationships across campus with the different units to share that everybody's got a responsibility for international students and to be aware of their different needs at different points in their journey through the university, not just on the admissions and enrollment side, but after they're on campus, making sure they're getting the right kinds of services to help their experiences on campus be as positive as they potentially can be. So it's a work in progress. We're putting the right pieces in place in terms of personnel to really make the difference in terms of taking how we do compliance and international student advising to the next level, how we're looking at programming across the campus, connecting it to university mission of diversifying our student body, complementing what we already have as a strong base of first gen, and over 67% of our students have represent ethnic diversity in the United States and abroad, and we're growing our international population in the process to match that institutional mission. And as a public university, there's obviously implications on what we can and can't do financially, internationally, in terms of relationships with different countries, different units. We're going to be doing some really exciting things in the next couple of months. I can't share all the details with you now, but we are branching into some places that are probably you wouldn't expect us to be at this point in time, and I'll talk more about those as the weeks progress and things become official. So we're making a lot of important plans for not just how we handle process here, and that's been really the focus in the first year, is identifying those points in our processes that are potential roadblocks to students coming to the university, potential hindrances for them once they're here, potentially giving them a bad taste in their mouth about what the experience is really like on campus. So it's been a year of really refining what we do on the process end so that in year 2, we can really start seeing the results of what we're doing on the bigger picture scale. Some of the relationships that we've been developing in the first year to start to begin to bear fruit and to take us in some new directions that the university has frankly never gone before. So we're really excited about what that is, what the future holds for international here at UNLV. But I'm obviously not going to talk for half an hour about this experience. My goal here today is just to kind of give you that perspective on what we're doing on campus right now. These 3 days that I'm here Monday, Tuesday, and today, Wednesday, heading home later tonight, what we're doing is really identifying those pain points, identifying opportunities where we can be working better together and with different units across the campus. And it's that approach, that full life cycle, not just admissions life cycle, but full life cycle of the international student experience. And we're nowhere near finished yet. We've got a long way to go into working on the back end with career services and alumni to make the programming a bit more robust specifically for internationals in that regard, and equipping them really better throughout their time on campus, particularly in their last 2 years when they're getting ready to leave or go on for further employment, or another job, or another degree perhaps, or returning home. So we want to be preparing them for each of those potential outcomes. So for us, this time is kind of taking those steps toward that goal of refining all those different points along that international student life cycle, from initial prospect all the way through to alumni, successful alumni. That's what we're trying to generate here at UNLV. And it's a long process, and the good news is we've got senior leadership that are bought in and are supporting us and equipping us to really get the work done that we need to expand the opportunities for international students that come here, but also the opportunities that our domestic students have to go abroad and find those programs that make a lot of sense for them. In terms of academic fits, cultural fit, personality fits, potential jobs after graduation, and looking in those international internship opportunities as well. So there's a lot of positive momentum. And again, like I said, everything is a work in progress at this point. But when we can have this focus time, for me at least, being a remote employee, being here for 3 or 4 days, once every 3 months, I have to maximize my time here and make sure that every opportunity I have to meet with colleagues in different departments that are looking to internationalize, to work with different units in student service units like housing and student employment, and those various things to make sure that we're doing all we can to make sure that experience for international students is a positive one. And I'm really excited about our International Student Scholar Services unit now within Global Education Initiatives. They oversee the English Language Center. They also are the compliance arm for international students, but they are shifting their overall mission to be one that's more international student success focused, and a whole series of programs that they're going to be developing in the coming years that are going to really lead to and enhance that overall mission of focusing on international student success throughout their time on campus, from that orientation through and pickup through to the time they graduate and become successful alumni, but also successful future recruiters for us, and re-engage them in doing videos, testimonials on their experiences, and being able to share those in native language with their country people. So that's really the longer term goal, and by nailing each of these points down in that journey while they're here, we better prepare ourselves for students who are going to be better equipped to be those successful alums that the university wants to graduate anyway, no matter where they're coming from, but specifically to focus on those needs for our internationals. So that's all we have for you today. I want to just give you a quick insight into what's going on during these campus visits that I do. And as I mentioned, next week we'll be coming to you from London. Going to be there for the BMI Global Scholarship Summit. or forum, I think they're calling it now. I'll be meeting with sponsored scholarship agencies around the world. There's, I think, 40 different agencies. Only have time, unfortunately, in my 2-day schedule to meet with 24 of them, so I'm going to maximize those and make sure I network with others at the receptions, make sure I'm prepared with folders and everything that they need to get the lowdown on what we have to offer at UNLV and how they might be good fits for some of their sponsored students. So really excited about that. I'm looking forward to chatting with you next week about what that experience has been like. So until next time, I wish you the very best and have a great day.